What is going on, Red Surfers? Road Trip Nate here. Once again, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, as you can see in the background, I'm at the casa. As the captions show, I'm going to do my top 10 favorite places. Not towns, not cities, not bar hopping attractions, not states. Top 10 places that I've seen while on vacation up to this point. Plus, 3 honorable mentions. I have a trusty list here. So, let's get started. As a reminder, hope everyone is doing well during the current times, staying safe. And glad people are staying at home. Glad you watched my video. Let's get started. As I said, we've got 3 honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, the Fort Worth Stockyards. I have always wanted to visit the Fort Worth Stockyards just because it's a Western deal, a lot of shops. I've always known that they have a cattle drive go through there on a daily basis. I've always wanted to see the Fort Worth Stockyards. So it was pretty impressive to see. Got to see a cattle drive, walked through the shops, got to see, I don't remember if there was a train that went through there or if there was just a train that was there. But there was an old train station. They had a bunch of shops set up. Had a cattle drive that went through there. It was pretty neat. I had been wanting to go see that for a long time. In Fort Worth, Texas. Honorable mention number 2, Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Y'all that know me, I like Bud Light, which is what I'm drinking right now. Bud Light. So it was cool to go see Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis, Missouri. Free tour. 45 minute to an hour long tour. And they give you like 2 free samples during the tour, and they show you how their process is. Been there 3 times. First time when I was a kid, obviously was not allowed to drink, so I didn't even know what alcohol was. I knew what alcohol was, but I had never drank it, so I had soda. Went through the tour, had a soda at the end of the tour. Second time, I was with the inventory company that I used to work at. I went through it, got the 2 free samples, and I think I had a deal for a free beer at the end of the tour. So I had a free beer at the end of the tour. Last time I went, me and my buddy were staying at the hotel a visit, like we always joke about. We freaking walked 45 minutes from our hotel to there. We thought it was closer than it actually was. It was a long walk. It was why we didn't just drive there, but we ended up taking the tour, getting the 2 free beers, had the free beer at the end of the tour. I think we bought a couple beers apiece after that. And then we took the shuttle from there back to, I think they own a bar that was only like a block or 2 from our hotel. But that's an honorable mention. The other honorable mention on this list is Duck Dynasty, the Duck Commander, which on one of last year's videos I did, I got the Duck Commander too. I didn't get the tour. There was no videotaping on the tour. But I got the gift shop and the outside around the gift shop of the Duck Commander. That was a bucket list for me because I love the show, Duck Dynasty. It was a great tour. Anybody that loves Duck Dynasty, you take that tour because they can take you through Billy's office on the show, the duck call room on the show, plus the family's origins and the history. And they've got the loading dock flooded, just like on episode one. They got actual ducks living in the duck pond in the loading dock. It was great. But moving on to the actual top 10 now. Number 10, Cowboys Stadium. Anybody that knows me, the Dallas Cowboys are my favorite football team. Have been for all 31 years of my life. So it was cool. The one time I got to take a tour of Cowboys Stadium, I to walk around and see the entire stadium. It is a massive stadium. I loved the huge freaking uh, Jumbotron TV that they have right up above the middle of the field. I wish we would have gotten to take a tour of the uh, football field because most of the time you can actually walk onto the football field and have your buddy throw you a touchdown pass into the end zone. I wish I would have been able to do that, but they were setting up for the CMA Awards or something just a few years back. That would have been cool to see, but that was a dream come true for me to see and to be able to walk around Jerry Jones's private VIP suite, the players' locker room, the cheerleaders' locker room. You know, it was cool to see all of it. Moving on, number 9. This is a couple part. Route 66. Anybody that knows me knows I love learning about Route 66, the history. It's a bucket list for me to drive the entire stretch from LA to Chicago. There's a couple places on Route 66 I've stopped at that I really enjoyed. So Route 66 for me is one of my top 10 favorite places I've been. I'm gonna talk about a few of the places I've stopped at on Route 66. Let's see. I stopped at a few places in Route 66 in Oklahoma. Pops Arcadia. Still got the six pack in there from several different sodas that I got from Pops Arcadia. Cool place to see. The Mother of the Meadow Road, Lucille's gas station. That was cool to see. The Round Barn. I got all three of those on video. Those were all cool, very cool to see. Um, saw the Gemini Giant and just right outside of Chicago. That was very cool. First time I've ever walked underneath that huge, big green giant statue. Uh, doing a vlog on my phone, a FaceTime vlog, and I ate at the launching pad, which is where the Gemini Giant is. Very good Chicago dog, very good strawberry shake. Definitely recommend going there if you're going to Chicago. But like I said, that's a bucket list trip for me is to take the entire trip of Route 66. I saw the starting sign for Route 66 in Chicago, Las Vegas Strip. Talked about it a few times. Me and my brother went up there. We were gonna go to Los Angeles. Didn't pan out. Ran out of money. Las Vegas Strip. Uh, it's look technically paradise, Nevada, not Las Vegas, but it's the Las Vegas Strip. The casinos are massive. Themed are great. You walk into the malls. They are expensive. Didn't buy anything. Just walked around the malls. Went to the slot machines. Played a few bucks. Got a couple beers up there while playing at the slot machine. Free with tips. Went to the only White Castle in the western part of the United States. You know, I love my White Castle. So Las Vegas was fun. And as I said, I drove around the Las Vegas airport like 5 times, lost trying to find the hotel. I always kept taking a wrong turn. But Las Vegas is fun. Number 7, Broadway in Nashville. As I said, on my favorite bar hopping spots and my favorite city to go to, Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I was blown away by how many bars were in Nashville, Tennessee. It just blew my mind. The hundred or so bars that were there. You could spend a month there and just, it would take you almost a month, a couple weeks at least, to go to every bar in there. It was a great time. Number 6, St. Louis Arch. I went to the St. Louis Arch a few times. Rode up to the top while I was a kid. It was a great view of Illinois, city of St. Louis, Missouri. It took a few minutes to get up to the top, but it was some great scenery once you got up to the top. You just see forever. And the park that's around it is nice. Last time I went, they were upgrading it, so I need to go back. I might be up higher on this list next time after I go back because they were remodeling it. Last several times I went, great. They have a museum underneath the arch, talking about the history of the arch and St. Louis in general. It was a great trip. Several trips I've been there. Number 5, Mesa Verde. This one I almost forgot about that I went to, but it was on the same Las Vegas trip. Mesa Verde is where the Bluff Dwellers Capes are. You see all the old ancient Indian uh, dwellings up in the bluffs. Had like a 45-minute to an hour long tour, which was cool to see. I mean, you do some hiking to see the the bluff dwellings. It's cool that they've lasted for so long that they're still there. It was cool to see. And right after that was when well, no, that was in Cortez, Colorado, 30 miles outside of Cortez. So we were still riding behind my uncle till Flagstaff. So, but yeah, Mesa Verde was a great spot. Number 4 on this list, Dauphin Island. Now I told you all that the Gulf Coast area is one of my favorite vacations, favorite cities. Dauphin Island vacation that I went with my parents and my brothers and sisters. One of my favorite vacations I've been on. Dauphin Island was great. Had a spent the whole week hanging out by the beach. Would have liked to see either of the forts on either side of Mobile Bay. Took the what is it called? The ferry across the harbor of Mobile Bay. It takes like 30 minutes to get across. See all these oil wells and everything. It's like a storm every day for like 30 minutes in the morning. After that, we went to the beach. Got to see Dock Mountain. Dock Mountain was great. It was like the first time I've ever been to the beach. Hopefully not the last time. Prayers go out to everybody on Dock Mountain that were affected by Hurricane Sally, I think, just recently. Hopefully they rebuild. Hopefully it wasn't too damaged. Because that was number 4 on this list. Number 3, the Hoover Dam. Another place I almost forgot about that I've been to. Same trip to Vegas. Stopped over with my brother. You kind of have to pass by Hoover Dam. You have to pass the new bridge they have that's right beside Hoover Dam. You have to pass. We decided to stop in to see the Hoover Dam. Didn't take a tour or anything, but we walked around. It was freaking incredible. And huge. I got a few pictures of the Hoover Dam. I'll show that. It was nice, massive. Drove across the Hoover Dam. When we got to the parking lot, we stopped in, and as soon as I got out of my truck, my Dodgers hat, as soon as I got on the wind blew my Dodgers hat off my head, so now it's sitting somewhere at the bottom of Lake Mead. That's one thing I'll always remember about the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam is the sheer impressiveness of the massive size of the dam. It was awesome. Number 2, the Garden of the Gods. This, I had never heard about the Garden of the Gods until one of my buddies. I got it on a couple of my videos, my travels. Tim Crawford from Colorado Springs. Grew up in Colorado Springs. I had never heard about the Garden of the Gods until he was talking to me about it. I went there just several months back. I loved it. Anybody that has never heard about the Garden of the Gods, you need to go check the Garden of the Gods out. It's awesome. Great scenery, great rock formations. Just don't do like I did and get lost going on the horse trails. I walked a couple miles on those horse trails. Had to constantly avoid horse doo-doo. But yeah, the Garden of the Gods was great. It was my second favorite place I had visited. But number 1, Grand Canyon. Been there twice. Once back in 1999 when I was coming back with my family from San Francisco. The only time I've ever flown on a plane was out to San Francisco over Thanksgiving. To go visit my grandpa's brother, my uncle, my great uncle. And we got a U-Haul because we were bringing some of my grandpa's mother's furniture back to Siloam. We stopped in at Flagstaff coming back from San Francisco. And we decided, hey, we're going to go go to the Grand Canyon. We had a decent sized snowstorm blow through that night that we were staying in Flagstaff. And so next morning we went to the Grand Canyon, got to see the Grand Canyon. Most beautiful pictures I've seen of the Grand Canyon. Most beautiful view I've ever had of the Grand Canyon. After it snowed, you see pictures all the time of the Grand Canyon where it's just the desert looking, but the best time to see the Grand Canyon is after it snows. There's snow all around. Everything was snow capped. It was beautiful, very beautiful. Second time I went was on the same trip to Vegas. We stopped at Flagstaff, me, my uncle, and my brother. And we went to the Grand Canyon. Me and my brother hiked all the way down to the bottom. Take a couple gallons of water with you if you hike down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon in the middle of August. Because I drank half a gallon going down, like a gallon and a half coming back up. Literally saw a lady going back up, pass out from heat exhaustion. A million people like swarm her in like, but yeah, but I've been to the Grand Canyon twice. Both times were good trips, but a couple other places I'd like to mention. A few other honorable mentions that I've been to. The Crescent Hotel, Razorback Stadium, Twister Museum. It'll probably be higher on this list because it was closed during the pandemic. I stopped by there and got to videotape the outside of it. I would love to see inside of it because that's where the movie Twister was filmed. That was in the town and around Waukeeta, Oklahoma. So, the Oklahoma City bombing memorial, very somber place, where Timothy McVeigh blew up the federal building in Oklahoma City. Silver Dollar City and Six Flags Over Texas. I love both those places. But yeah, that's my top 10 favorite places I've been to. Plus a few honorable mentions. I'm trying to get this to 25 minutes to tie along with live stream. As I said, hopefully everybody is doing well during this current times. Hopefully it ends soon so we can all get back to some resemblance of normal. Hopefully everybody not suffering because eventually we'll get through it. But we're at 23:58 right now. So, but that's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button after the video. Stay notified on all my current and future whereabouts. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Just let me know you care. As always, you can visit my Patreon page, patreon.com/roadtripnate. If you feel like donating to this channel, every little bit helps and it's always much appreciated. If not, hopefully you enjoyed this video and the many others that are to come. We got 24 seconds left to the end of the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. And this is Road Trip Nate saying, so long from Dasa. 4, 3, 2, 1.